Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Joseph Tyson, also known as Gay. Alright, what you're gonna do is you're gonna watch me play this free-for-all yet again, have fun in this library. Gotta keep it quiet, that's a bunch of bull. Alright, but today I'm just gonna do a little bit of talking. I mean, it's not about the game or nothing like that, it's just about a topic that's been bothering me a lot. And not in like a bad way, let me adjust this camera. Not in like a bad way or nothing like that. It's just, I have this huge thing when it comes to like people and their style, their preference of how they do things. And some people feel like it's not really that big of a deal, but it kind of lets you know the origins of how people do things, It's their identity. It's kind of like their foolproof badge of who they are, what they stand for, that type of thing. And I mean, it's definitely one of the greatest things to have. Is there really a perfected style? No, because everyone's, they got their flaws. But I mean, it's cool. It's cool to be like, you do something and no one needs to see like you got a name tag or anything like that. But if they know you, they know it's you, Like, kind of like how professional athletes do their type of like passes or shots, anything like that. Someone could be like, oh, that's the like LeBron James hops right there, It's their style, their little swag, the way they do things. And I mean, the biggest thing about style is that I hear a lot of people usually try to like knock on people's style or rank style, but what is really a rank to something like that? It's the same thing with art. I mean, and if you have like a measure of what it's supposed to be like, if you're like an example would be if you're playing this game and you're talking about best wall bouncers, then that makes sense. Because of the way they wall bounce, there's an expectation for when people wall bounce and who falls for what, but like in general, I feel like you shouldn't really try to critique somebody's style, kind of like how I'm sucking it up in this game, don't talk crap about me, I'm talking, alright? But I mean, style is everything. Like, I have my own type of style. My biggest thing about my style is I always like to try to do things big, like I do it up, I try to be original, and when I go original, I usually get a little obnoxious about it. For example, when I was in high school, gotta take it back a little bit. When I was in high school, everyone had their little spirit weeks or whatever, and I like doing spirit week just because you can finally do something that's a little bit different. Like, you didn't have to stick to the norm, and you just kind of went with whatever the day was telling you to do. I thought it was great. I thought like a lot of people would like to laugh and see what I like to do, because I'm an entertainer by nature too. I like to, make people's day, make things a little brighter, keep on the positive side. That's just me though. So we got this fashion disaster day, and everyone's idea of fashion usually when it comes to bad, and again, it's one of those things where you consider like someone hating on someone's style. Like, they're talking about nerds, or someone's got a unibrow, which is, sometimes that can be pretty bad if it connects. But anyways, you got unibrows, you got people that are doing like some colors that are off. And I decided I'm gonna go for the gold, I'm not gonna just do one theme. It's gotta be something that throws people off. So, knowing me, I had to get the faded red jeans that you can't really tell if they're pink, red, or where I was going with it, but they are definitely faded. They're definitely old. They definitely really don't fit all that well either. Like, so I had to start off like that, and that was usually the number one thing that people notice, alongside the fact that I had one boot on and one church shoe. And do mind that these were two different colors. Like, the church shoe was gray and the boot was like a tannish color, like most boots that you would see. Machiavelli, by the way, if you were wondering. But I had that, and then I had two different button-up shirts, but they were completely buttoned the wrong way. Like, it was looking rough. On top of that, I had a visor on, but it was on backwards with a fedora on top of that, so I had like a 1980s thug look. Like, if you ever watched those Michael Jackson videos and check out what they was wearing, I guess it was hard, I guess it was fresh, rather that, or they were on that thrift shop bootleg type of budget. But I was rocking it, and it was definitely over the top. I definitely disgraced my family that day. My sister was trying not to talk to me. My mom laughed, but she was trying not to talk to me. Nobody's trying to be caught with me, but it was my style, it was my swag. What can I say? Girls would see me from a distance, they'd be like, hey boy, and then they'd get close and they'd be like, oh hell no. But it was fun. But that's just who I am. Anytime you watch a video, you see something that's going on in a place that I work and it just seems like it's a little over the top, it's got to be me. I mean, that's what people know me for. I like to entertain. I like to take it up above that measure, you know. Now, my question to everybody else is like, is that wrong? Like, do you feel like I'm not telling the truth about style and style should have a cap on it? Like, you know, people shouldn't be allowed to wear this? Because, I mean, I've seen a couple instances where style was looking rough. Like, you know, someone that's wearing a shirt that they know don't fit, you know, something like that. You know, don't want to, I'm not going to name nobody, nothing like that. Get too crazy. Or, you know, people wearing them shoes and they look crooked over. You know, they've been talking to them because the flap is open, just bent up in the air, like they've been worn for a few years and passed down a couple of generations. But, you know, do you feel like that's wrong to rate something like that? Because what if in a certain social society that's the right way to do it? Or what if that person feels like themselves more in that image than anything else? You know? I mean, because style, it helps out a lot to just kind of display who you are. It's your ID. It's the portrayal of what you stand for. But at the same time, do you feel like some style should be censored? Because some people stand for some crazy stuff, you know? And I mean, like, some of the people that feel like they can't make it in the world or feel like someone's biased towards them, maybe their style is just something that, you know, in a ranking of like a business professional manner, it's not clicking. Like someone with a crap ton of piercings and tattoos all over their face. It's not something you would want to see if you went to a restaurant or something like that, unless you were going to like, you know, a tattoo shop or something crazy. Or you wanted a face piercing professional. Apparently they know what they're doing because, hello, face is decked out. But, I mean, do you feel like it's right to go and criticize somebody for being themselves? Because, I mean, that's how bullies originated. That's how people start to stereotype, and that's what causes the majority of the problems. And maybe I'm just too much of a peacemaker. I mean, feel free to tell me, hit me up with the message on Facebook through the team page on Cross Armada, or look for Joe Tyson, you know, the sexy young chocolate stud, and just let me know. Because, I mean, that's one of the biggest concerns I've had. I don't really talk to too many people about style because that seems kind of like a weird conversation to get into. But I'm definitely big about people who are judgmental and people who decide to criticize, and I feel like that's the number one reason why it starts, is because people don't understand style or creativity or the origin of how someone acts and how to go about respecting that, you know? So, I mean, my biggest thing is this is kind of a message just to see what people's opinions are. See if anybody's alive, you know? If you just like their Facebook page and just like died or something crazy, you know, and I doubt it, but yeah, I mean, that's my big concern for today. And then on top of that, also wanted to entertain you. Got that second place. Probably gonna die. Hell yeah. Got shot in the back. Wish he would have turned around and took me like a man. Whatever, it's free for all. Looks like I might lose this one, but second place is looking good, and I wasn't playing like a bum. This is looking up. I don't know. Mantle kick for the death, and I lost. Alright, but that's my video about style. Again, feel free to let me know, Joseph Tyson or Cross Armada. Look for us on Facebook. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. You guys have an awesome day.